This is People's Court on Sammy Flex TV. We thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the channel, hitting on the bell and sharing to the world. BBC Africa Eye has investigated some issues concerning sex for grades. One lecturer in Nigeria, University of Lagos, and another lecturer in University of Ghana, Legon. And now we are on the campus of Pentecost University here in Sotio, Accra. And then we are here to interview and also find out how true is this matter. Is it just a fallacy or there's some reality in it? And if they are, how are they receiving this issue? How are they affected academically, emotionally, spiritually, and physically? And this is People's Court. My name is Officer Hine. Thank you, Cable Multimedia, Currency, Richie Flex, Gideon Neil Amteson. This is our production crew. And this is the People's Court. Please subscribe to the channel, hit on the bell, and share to the world. I want to know how true is it? Is just a mere allegation to tarnish the image of these lecturers, or there's a reality in that? So I have a lady with me here. I want to talk on that. Hello, sister.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Yourself?
Please, your name.
Oforiwa.
All right. Sex for grades. What is that?
Well, it happens in the university. It's a reality, like something that goes on, and people, most lecturers, some do that because they deliberately fail you, and you would have to go see them, and they ask for that, like I would have to sleep with you and give you some good grades, and you are just a naive, let's say 1100 year student, and you know reset. Everybody knows how he feels. So some, with their naiveness, they fall into that situation.
You're talking about deliberately failing you. Really?
Yeah.
So because of the sex, if maybe you perform well, the lecturer will willingly, by force, fail you just to get you.
Let's say he knows you. He knows you, and maybe he's interested in you or something. You get it. It happens.
So if you refuse, what happens then?
He will fail you, and that will make you go see him, and it start from there.
And then if you refuse from there, what happens next?
Then you fail. You don't get to graduate or something.
Isn't there a way to report to authority?
Well, you can, but sometimes issues pertaining to things like this, some way you talking about it, people might not believe you, or they will assume you are lying. So it's better you keep it to your friend, like yourself, or you tell somebody closer to you, like your friend.
Are you a victim of the circumstance?
Oh no, but I've heard.
All right, so let's look at it this way. How about you reporting to maybe a nearby police station or maybe your parents for them to take that action if you feel insecure to do that?
Well, in Ghana here, things pertaining to sexual abuse and those things, like women find it very difficult to voice it out. So you going to the police station, you feel some way.
Does it also happen when ladies also willingly throw themselves to these lecturers just to give them the grade because they are quote unquote sexy in that way? They won't learn and just give themselves out and the lecturer will give them grades?
Sure. You know, we have lazy students, we have all kinds of students. Some also do that too. Some want cheap ways to get to the top. So, yeah.
If we should find lecturers of such caliber corporates, what kind of punishment do you think is due them?
I think imprisonment, or seize their licenses for some period of time, or call them to book, like do something about it, take a drastic decision, like for people to know this. This is the punishment you get when you do this.
How about the girls also? It's a two-party thing. It's not one party.
Yes.
So if the lecturers you suggest they should be in prison, what happens to the other party?
The student sacked or um, sack suspension, anything like anything to let people know when I'm caught doing this, I'll be sacked or I'll be suspended or something, or I'll be repeated. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for talking to us.
Oh, thank you too.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hello,
What's your name, please?
Tatiana.
Tatiana. That's a nice name. Sex for grades. Have you experienced that before?
No, no,
What do you think it's about?
maybe, I don't know, students or lecturers, sex for grades. I think the word is self explanatory. Sex for grades.
So let's look at it this way. Is there any situation that we can blame students for this act?
Yes, yes.
To what extent and how?
I don't know, some particular relationship with lecturers. You know, if everything is kept professional, you can't just blame the lecturers. I think students to have a, females have a, I don't know, a big part to play in this. Like, yeah, I think that's my opinion. They should maintain a student teacher, student lecturer relationship. You see, all this says. I don't. It should remain student. They should keep it professional. Student lecturer relationship.
All right. We have this video circulating on social media. This lecturer in Nigeria and another one in Ghana. They have been caught by BBC Africa Eye. You know, trying to get the students in bed and give them grades. This act. How can we condemn this act? Or how do you condemn this act?
It's very bad because, as I think, in my opinion, as students, we should work for our grades. And there are no two ways about it. You go to class, you study, you write your exams, you pass, and you get out of the institution successfully and happily. So I think it's a very bad act, and I think it should be highly punishable, something like that.
Talking about punishable, which party do you think should receive the severe punishment? The two parties, the lecturer, the student.
The two parties, both of them. So
So what about this situation? A lecturer, being myself, being there, and then I guess it's my office. Lady comes there, hello sir, that, and then throw herself to me. I mean, if it happens like that, I have proof. Can't I also find my way out?
yes, if you have proofs about it, you condemn the student. And I think that will serve as an example for other students who do that. Like I said, I think in my opinion, the females too, like I earlier on told you, I said the students to have their own role to play in this sex for grades, not just the lecturers. Some students do provoke it. So if you have lecturers who can stand on their words and expose this kind of students, I think we will not arrive at this kind of situation, sex for grades, because the grades only come in if the lecturer gives in. But if the lecturer doesn't give in, it will be something like, yeah, it will still be sex for grades, but at least it will not affect the lecturer in any way.
Let's talk about this. Does the dressing of the student also get them aroused by the lecturers to also go in for sex? And if so, do you think there should be a way that we should curtail the dressing of university students for this such acts to be prevented?
Yes, yes. Like, students are not supposed to dress in any form revealing any sexual or, I don't know, private parts of their bodies. If they are coming to campus, they should dress decently, professional. There are some dresses, I don't know, dresses that are meant to be worn at some particular areas. So I think decency should be promoted so that this kind of things can be avoided.
So should it be limited to the missionary universities, or I mean, the nation as large should have a dress code for university students, especially the females, so that such acts will be maybe remedied?
Everybody. Be it missionary, private, all institutions should have a dress code. Like in my institution, I think we have a dress code. When you go behind, there are some, we have a dress code. Females, males, how to dress to class. And there are some lecturers, if you dress indecently to class, they walk you out. And I think that should be promoted to avoid sex for grades.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Right. Hello, sweetheart.
Hello,
Looking nice.
thank you.
What's your name?
Lordia.
Lordia, this issue, do you think that the kind of lifestyle or dressing ladies put on counts to this sex for grace thing?
Of course, it counts a lot. It really counts a lot. Because some of our dresses could be a bit temptative. Like if we dress in such a way that the lecturers see, they say guys, they are really attracted by what they see. So if that kind of dressing you put up on campus will even make them be interested in you more.
Has a lecturer approached you to, have advances with you before?
No, 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 please. No.
So if a lecturer comes to you, let's say you don't have, you have only one chance to get your grades and go, and then there's nothing you can do just to give in your body. And if you don't do that, then that means you're going to suffer that kind of loss for a huge amount of, should I say years or amount. Will you give in your body for that grade?
A big no to that. I will never do that because some people made it without doing that act. So I know I can also do it. And besides, that was why I came here. I'm here to learn, sit my ass down, and then pass well. And I don't think that lecturer alone can give me that grade that I want. And even if he tries to do that, I can at least report. There are so many ways that I can report him, so I'll try and do that. But no, no lecturer has approached me.
All right. Others also had a feel that for lecturers to reporting a lecturer is like telling the government to reduce the price of petrol. It's going to take a long time and all that. What kind of other avenue aside reporting can we also deploy to curb this kind of menace?
I don't want to bring out what I'll do, but at least this system that we are in now, it is social media that is doing everything. For me, what I would do, I don't know how you get my number, but for me personally, I'm not going to give my number to you. And then if you try to get my number in any way that you want, you call me, the conversation that we have, you will tell me to do this, blah, 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 blah. Immediately, I will put it on some social media. Let's say WhatsApp. Oh, Charlie, this lecturer want to do this to me, to do this to me. I'll mention your name and everything. For me, I will not say anything in the conversation that we have, but through the talking and everything, I'll put on WhatsApp so that people will know that this is the act that you want to do. And then also to Facebook or something. If I get your picture, in fact, I have a whole lot that I can do. If I tell other lecturer and then he don't give me any reasonable something, at least administration, and I have friends over there that I can talk to. Oh, Charlie, this lecturer want to do this to me, this lecturer want to do this to me. And at least I think he too, he can help. And my class, I have some few reasonable friends that they can also at least believe in whatever that I will say. And if we together, we put up our mind, this is what we're going to do to this lecture, I think it will help. Not only reporting him to the schools department or something.
So if I got you right, it means that you will set him up, kind of, and how do you do that? I mean, let's say a lecturer has approached you. How are you going to set him up?
Okay. I don't know the type of lecture, but should in case it is one particular subject, of which I know that it is this lecture, he teaches me, he will call me, he will try to meet me somewhere. Already I have that plan. And I know that this is what you're up to. This is what you've been doing. And of course, I will be hearing it. So if I get to know that this is what you've been doing or something, I have my own plans. Maybe I can even talk to my friends, say, Charlie, this lecture, this or that or that. So I'm going to meet him. So you to try and meet him, like meet her somewhere that excuse me, you get to know of everything that we going to discuss or something. So in a way, no only me, I won't go alone. I won't go to your room or something. We go to an open place, but I'll let my friends get to know that this is the place that you're going or something. So they too, they get to know. And cameras and phones, everything, I can record you. And then that is the setup.
Can't this relationship also lead into marriage? We can have a lecturer and a student relationship, and it can lead into marriage. How about that one too?
Of course, it can lead to marriage, but not in the context of making love with me before giving me my grades. Marriage, they say marriage is not based on sex, but even if it is based on you want to get married and then of sex or something, it shouldn't go to that extent that, oh, let me do this thing with you and then I give you grace. Then before you later tell me, oh, I did this out of the, but I've realized you're a good person, you are that, you are that. So I want us to settle. It can lead to marriage, alright, but I don't think such marriage will stand because the lady will just will think that, oh, so this man really wanted to do this thing to me before he marries me. Also, if he really wants to marry me, if he really in love with me, why didn't he get that mind out of him before doing that? So that's what I think.
How about this way? What if the lecturer proposes to a lady not because of sex but because out of love? That's contest too. How can we explain that one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You propose to me this or that, blah 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 blah, but it shouldn't base on let's have sex and then I give you grades. No, you shouldn't even say it for me to hear. But
You
like
don't
I
want
said,
to hear that grace thing.
yeah, I don't want to hear that.
But if a lecturer proposes to you, oh, I love you, Lord, yeah, how about that one?
No, like I said, no, you love me. I will know that that's the intention. That is the main intention you want to do that. So, no, I'm not going to fall for that.
How is this asks affecting Ghana, Africa, affecting womanhood?
They say women we are soft, and then we give in easily. But if you really know what you want, if you really know what you want, if you really know um, the God that you serve, if you know that this thing is a son, probably the man is having his serious girlfriend or wife somewhere, and then he want to do this thing to you. It's affecting a lot of women. They will look back and realize that I shouldn't have done this. Yeah. So in a way, this country that we are in a way, after doing that, you regret and you even come out to say it. It's a form of abuse too. And then you can't report. They say domestic violence or something. This is also a form of domestic violence. You can't report, but if you feel like it is sort of shame or something, you feel shy or something, people will say, oh, why did you do this? Why did you do that? And it's affecting women. And they can't voice out to say. Meanwhile, they are really they've been affected a lot, but they can't really say it. So it's making we women feel down sometimes.
I have a gentleman with me and want to ask him the same question. Hello, sir. You're welcome to Sammy Flex TV.
Hello,
What's your name?
Peter.
Which level are you?
Level 200.
Peter, sex for grades. How do you describe this then?
That one is not fair at all, and it's not good for for the school, for the ethic, for the work, for the dynamic of the school. I'm not part of this kind of behavior.
Do you have a girlfriend on campus?
No, I don't have some.
People also have this view that males do get failed because some of the lecturers tend to fall for those guys, partners, and instead of failing the girl, they come to fail the guy because they know that okay, you are rather blocking my shine. Has that ever happened to you before?
No, but I have a friend who lived this kind of experience before, and as we said, he have a lot of issue because he was incorporated with the ladies, and someone else want to to be with the same lady. And I mean, it was very a bad experience for my friend.
What did he say to you?
I just said, my friend, you are here for school, man. Those lady, I don't know if you will by her one day, but just stay focused on your school and don't try to have some issue with the lecturer, because the lecturer has something more than you. You are just a student. As you have your right, but you're supposed to be wise. Understand? You're supposed to be wise. If your girlfriend is your girlfriend, she will always be faithful with you. That's it.
So, how was the student affected by the act of the lecturer?
The you see, the lecturer, the relationship between him and the lecturer was affected because when the lecturer start, for instance, to make the lecturer, you see the lecturer as a woman who want to make the competition with him because of the ladies. Understand? It's not the same thing. Even if they like the subject of the lecture, he won't like it anymore because of this story behind the the status of the lecturer. It caused some issue, and in that case, my friend was the one who lost a lot, who lost enough because he's just a student, you see, and it's not good at all.
All right, lecturers of such caliber, what kind of punishment? I mean, how should we deal with these people?
I will talk as a student. We have to. I'm talking as a student, right?
Yeah.
I think I think we have to sack the lecturer. I think we have to sack the lecturer because it's not fair. It's not fair at all, because when the student come to the school, he's trying to prepare his future. Only it's not only for him, but his family too. Understand? It's because the issue of the lady that you want, you can spoil the future of the person. It's not good at all. But the lecturer is an adult. Is like a father for this student. It's like a big brother. So he's supposed to do everything as good as possible to to help the student. But like that, it's not good. So for me, I'm a side of the student, and I want that the maybe the person we over the above the lecturers, maybe the rector or the assistant of the school, any other authority of the school, have to punish the lecturer and try to help the student, because a lot of students leave this kind of situation but they are quiet. They can't say anything. So according to me, you're supposed to sack the lecturer.
All right, people, Scott. Hello, sister.
Hi,
What's your name?
Ethel.
Ethel. Sex for grades. What is it about?
Um, Students sleeping with lecturers for good grades. That's what I think it is.
Is that a good thing?
No, please.
And who's at fault with this act?
Lecturers and students.
Which of these parties will you blame?
I'll blame the lecturers, but then the students too are to be blamed.
At what angle will you blame the students for this act?
Some students force themselves on lecturers for good grades because they know the weaknesses of the lecturers. As in, they know some lecturers, when you sleep with them, they'll give you good grades. So they intentionally go there to sleep with them for good grades. Yes.
Have you experienced this before? Are you a victim of the circumstance?
No, please.
Any of your friends?
No, not that I know of.
All right, so let's look at this angle. How about the lecturers? Is there any particular way that the ladies pose themselves, as you say, they throw themselves into onto the lecturers? How about the lecturers on their part? What do they find, or what do they need aside sleeping with? Is there any special thing they need from the students before they call for them for sex and they give them grades?
Not really. But I know the lecturers pick on students who are not academically good, so they see them to be the weak targets. So they know that when they tell them
to sleep with them because they are not academically good. They will by all means give in and sleep with them for their grades. Yeah.
Not necessarily about their dressing and maybe how they are.
Dressing too matters. Yes. Some students I know, some students dress in a way that entice men. Yeah.
Have you ever dressed in a way that has enticed your lecturer before?
No, please. Not that I know of. Yeah.
All right. So with this act, how should we deal with it? What kind of advice do you have for the ladies who do that and the lecturers who do that?
I advise that the ladies we should dress well, and when any lecturer comes to us to ask for sexual favors, we shouldn't be intimidated by them. We should report to the right authorities. Yes.
So these are what people have to say about these sex for grades allegations being leveled against a lecturer in Nigeria and one in Ghana. This is People's Court. My name is Officer Hine. This is where we draw the curtain. So please, I'm begging you, just subscribe to the channel, hit on the bell, share to the world, and let's know how best we can solve this situation. You know more than I do, so please leave your comment down there, and let's keep on discussing this in a various home. Thank you, Cable Multimedia, Currency, Richie Flex, Gideon E, Lamtison. This is Sammy Flex TV, the People's Court. Catch you soon.